Today we will study pollination. What is pollination? It is the process of transference of pollen grains to the stigma of same flower. Mind it. Now note it. Same flower or different flower. Now, what is pollination? It is found in same flower or different flower. So it means it is the process of transference of pollen grain. Where pollen grain will be transferred? It will be transferred to the stigma. Stigma means female plant and pollen grains means that is the male part. That will be transferred to the stigma of same flower or different flower, and in the definition there is also another part. I am hiding now this part, that is same plant or different plant. Now we will go to the stigma of same flower or different flower. Now why pollination takes place? Next question is why pollination takes place. Why? It ensures fertilization. It ensures fruit and seed formation. It ensures hormone secretion. And also it prevents drooping of ovary. That means ovary will not fall down before fertilization. After fertilization, ovary will fall down, but before fertilization, ovary will not fall down. So that is called prevents drooping of ovary. So now, why pollination takes place? This part is over. Now, how many types of pollination is there? There are two types of pollination. One is called as self-pollination and another one is called as cross-pollination. Self-pollination is also called as autogamy. And cross-pollination, now here there is a question, cross-pollination is also called as allogamy. Now it is autogamy, self means autogamy and cross-pollination means that is also called as allogamy. Now autogamy, now in self-pollination there is also another term that is called as zetonogamy. So now your self-pollination is divided into two types. One is called autogamy, another is called zetonogamy. Now self-pollination means it is the process of transference of pollen grain to the stigma of same flower or different flower of the same plant. Mind it, that is same plant. Now it is the process of transference of pollen grains to the stigma of same flower or different flower but of same plant only. Now self-pollination that is divided into two types. One is called autogamy and another one is called zetonogamy. Now we will study what is the contrivances of autogamy. Contrivances means how the contrivances of autogamy or self-pollination, contrivances means how the flowers or plant is adapted, how it is adjusted by which it is bound to be self-pollinated. Now we will study what is the contrivances of autogamy, that means adapted, how the flowers or plants are adapted by which they are bound to be self-pollinated. How they are bound to be self-pollinated? If now we will just look. First term is homogamy. First term is homogamy. Now we are studying contrivances or adaptation of flowers or plants to be self-pollinated or for autogamy. Now first one is called homogamy. In a bisexual flower, if its stigma and its stamen or anther or pollen grain matures bisexual flower, and if they will mature at the same time, so it is bound to be transferred. Now it is bound to be self-pollinated, both are mature, so its own pollen grain can migrate to its own stigma. So that is called homogamy. Example of homogamy is P. Next, cleistogamy. What is cleistogamy? Cleistogamy means some flowers, they never open in their lifetime. They never open. Example, oxalis and viola. They never open in their lifetime. So they are bound to be self-pollinated. They have no other alternative. They are bound to be self-pollinated. Cleistogamy. Now I can give a question here. In which process there is fertilization takes place but no pollination takes place? Now cleistogamous flower. No pollination, they are bound to be, because the flower will not open, so they are bound to be self-pollinated. Cleistogamy. Next one is called chasmogamy. What is chasmogamy? That is same example of oxalis and viola. In some flowers, they open after the pollination is over, and also in some plants they show both cleistogamy and chasmogamy. Means the upper flowers, they show chasmogamy type, and the below flowers of the same plant they show cleistogamous type. So that is called chasmogamy. Cleistogamy and chasmogamy. Cleistogamy, they never open. Chasmogamy, after the pollination is over, they just open. And another one is called bud pollination. Bud pollination means that is found in case of rice and wheat. In bud pollination, during the bud condition, that means flower has not been opened properly, and in the bud condition pollination takes place, so also they are bound to be pollinated. So that is called as how the flowers or plants are adapted to do self-pollination. Now autogamy is over. Next one is called as zetonogamy. What is zetonogamy? In zetonogamy, there is a short question that is called as ecologically they are cross-pollinated, but genetically self-pollinated. It means the same plant, it means the same plant, but flower is different. So from one flower, pollen grains will migrate, pollen grains will be transferred to the stigma of different flower but of the same plant. Since they are having same plant, that means genetically they are similar. So genetically that is self-pollinated, but ecologically cross-pollinated, because from one flower pollen grains go to another flower. So it is called ecologically cross-pollinated. So that is called zetonogamy. Next, what is the significance of self-pollination? What is the significance of self-pollination? Self-pollination helps in sure fertilization. Sure fertilization, very less wastage, but it prevents wastage of pollen grains. Pollen grains has not to migrate very distant place, so it prevents wastage of pollen grains, and also it prevents pollinating agent. They have no role, pollinating agents, in just like insects and for modification of color, scent, etc. And also self-pollination, the disadvantages of self-pollination is that they are, the seeds or fruits are less viable, less number of seeds, and also immunity, disease resistance power is also less. So these are the disadvantages and advantages of self-pollination. Now we will go to cross-pollination. What is cross-pollination? It is also called as allogamy. What is that cross-pollination? Now we will go to cross-pollination.